You talk about mukbangs. I was gonna start off with ChatGPT, how creepy it is.
Oh, they're both creepy. They're equally creepy. Mukbangs are the creepiest shit I ever seen, and I've been to haunted houses.
See, I haven't been. I can't do haunted houses.
Yeah.
Jasmine, can you do haunted houses?
No.
Me neither, man. I just can't. I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Haunted houses aren't for black people.
If
Why?
Somebody might get punched, assaulted, you know.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah.
Because we ain't playing. You run up on us wrong. We ain't doing that.
Oh, it's been years since I've been to one. There's a reason.
Why? Can you talk about it?
Because I'm half black.
Cause you scared? Why? Because you punched one of the.
I've never punched anybody, no, but I think I've definitely like tensed up, like,
Oh yeah. Squared up. Said, "What's
Yeah.
up, guy?" To Michael Myers, huh?
Well, because the last one I went to would have been the. It wasn't Factory of Terror. There was another one, but they like touched you, and that shit's just like.
Oh, they
Don't touch me.
I didn't know they could do that in haunted house. They could touch you.
If you sign, there's like waivers and shit you got to sign. But yeah, there's places that they'll touch you.
Yeah, I ain't with that.
But if you didn't want them to touch you, why'd you sign the waiver?
It's for the experience. I learned.
So you wanted to be touched?
I was real lonely at the time, you know. I went by myself.
Yeah, man. Annabelle was looking nice to you. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of that, do you guys see she's on a world tour right now? The actual Annabelle doll, is literally. It was just in New Orleans last week.
That makes sense. That plays.
Yeah, which is crazy because as soon as she went to New Orleans, 11 prisoners escaped. It's a weird.
Is this the
it's a
horror
weird
version of Say What You Mean Today? We got. What you said there? Wait, Annabelle?
The doll. It's been on my TikTok. They took her from the Warren Museum or whatever, where they've literally said don't fucking move her from this place, and they literally have her traveling around the U.S. right now. Like the legit. Supposedly possessed Annabelle doll from the actual 60s and 70s, not the movie one, the actual rag doll and Annabelle
People
doll.
will pay just to see the doll.
Yeah. There was a video where there was literally a priest in the little transportation bus splashing the little blessing water or whatever and saying a prayer the whole time they're taking her to wherever.
I'm gonna start a petition to keep it out of Ohio.
Yeah. Keep it out of Canton.
Yeah.
So Jasmine, you a horror movie fan? You?
Not at all.
Yeah, they can't sit with me. I watched one last night that had me shook.
Yeah.
You ever see Ma? Yeah, that one was weird, man.
Yeah. I think the last horror film I watched and that had me hanging up was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. After that, I was like,
that one's a classic, though. That one's a classic.
I'm not built for it.
Wasn't good.
I'm not built for it.
Yeah, I know I wasn't built for no scary movies because every time I watch one, I gotta watch something happy after.
You put on the cartoons right after.
You put on the Practical Jokers real quick and just change the whole mood of this conversation.
You the one sitting there like watching through your eyes.
Man, well, if it's something really crazy, I ain't gonna lie. I'll be the one to be like, oh no, I can't.
I just start turning all the lights on.
Right. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah,
Man.
that was like high school.
Listen, man, I don't know what's scarier, Texas Chainsaw Massacre or like I was saying, how accurate ChatGPT can be.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh yeah, you did spell this wrong. We'll give you a suggestion. I used it coming up with some interview questions for Jasmine. And when she was like, oh, these are good questions, I said the same thing to the app, like, man, these are good questions, but I forgot it's an app, it's not a person. So let me go ahead and figure this out. But Jeremy, you were saying you can use it for personal, or is it some on TikTok?
People use it for some of the most unhinged things. It was just a thread on TikTok, and some of the things I seen were absolutely just outlandish. People use it for relationship advice, diagnosing themselves, grading school tests.
You
and
can
stuff.
diagnose yourself on ChatGPT.
Apparently so.
What do you use it for, Jasmine?
Business, prompts. I think somebody had said they had made a a work letter or something, stuff like that. Just business stuff. But I would say personally, I've used it to create a diet plan, a schedule for myself.
So you use it for adult responsible things.
Yeah.
Did you use it?
I mean, yeah, I use it for recipes every once in a while.
Yeah.
If I'm I got $10 to work with. What can I make for the week?
And it'll give you something?
Yeah, it'll give you a whole breakdown, the prices of everything that should be and everything like that.
Here's your ramen. Here's your ramen recommendation.
Man, that's crazy. So I haven't gotten in depth with the app yet. I mainly just use it for podcasts, but I didn't know you could talk to it.
Yeah. What's crazy too is the more you start to use it, it kind of starts to learn you. So it'll pick up on small things maybe like your tone and your sentences. I'm to the point now with ChatGPT. I'll text something and it'll be like, "Yeah, you're welcome, bro." Like it's just
Right, my dog.
You know what I mean? Like it gets crazy, but
The app be like, man, that was a good idea, Jasmine. Yeah. I'm gonna put that in there too.
Yeah.
I've used it also, like coming up with stories. Like I have like an idea, and it'll write out a whole dialogue of a story, like throwing stuff in that you're reading. And you're like, oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah.
So you can't even trust authors anymore. Damn, shit.
Right.
No.
I wonder if they could spot that though. Like if you were to
They
get
can.
something plagiarizing, really?
So like I recently read somewhere that anything you get from ChatGPT is secretly like watermarked, but
Wow.
yeah, you know I feel like it's one of the necessary evils. Whether we want to use it or not, like it's here. You know what I mean? So I like to. It scours the whole internet and gives you data in real time, which is why I choose to use it. I'm not too worried about the watermarks. But for things like music and, art, people are like using ChatGPT to like create art. To me, that's a little bit deep.
I was going to ask you, as an artist, how do you feel about the fascination and popularize of AI? Like how popular it is? Like, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I think it's good. I think everybody should do art, make music, anything creative. I think that we really do need to like continue to emphasize that in society. But I think where it kind of gets sticky is for, creators that like we have committed like our lives to this. And it's like, we really put blood, sweat, and tears into this. And, we pull things from the ether and just create something out of nothing.
Right.
It's sort of like insulting,
I was wondering that, like, creativity obviously comes from the mind,
Yes.
but it's like now you can go to an app and they can make it for you.
Yes. Yes.
Versus as a creative, you find joy in coming up with it yourself, whether it be music, whether it be art, even interactions with people. The fact that I was seeing also, there were people who go to like ChatGPT for therapy.
Yeah.
Would you appreciate things like that, real interaction?
Yeah.
I don't know how I would feel talking to an app, but if the app is telling you the right stuff, it's like, can you deny the power of it? So I always wonder how that felt as an artist. Like, we're in a studio, so I remember when it got really popular, the artists in here were like, nah, we're not really fooling with that.
Yeah. Like I said, for artistic, definitely not. But for a lot of artists, in my opinion, specifically visual artists, we struggle with like the business side of things. And so I think that if more true, authentic visual artists used it for business planning or, typing up proposals for projects, I think it really could help put them in a better position or get them in front of like more people. You know what I mean? So just using it like on the back end for business things, I think is great. And I would recommend all visual artists to do so. But
On the business side?
yeah, on the business side.
Yeah. What makes that important on the business side for visual artists? Because you don't always think that.
Yeah.
But there is a business to visual art.
Yeah. Good question. I think it's important because, and not just specifically visual arts, but even like with musicians. I have a lot of musician friends. And in the past like few years, past few decades, you see a lot of like middlemen, a lot of managers, and a lot of people who are really like talentless wedge themselves in between the creative and the creative's like potential earning income,
Right.
And this is why I preach ChatGPT. Whatever resources that we can get for free or for like limited pricing, I'm all for it. If we can remove all the middlemen and all the managers and we can do that ourselves, then more power to the creative. Like I said, I have a lot of musician friends, and you see it more predominantly with musicians, but they get into like bad deals, and they always just, I need a manager. So if ChatGPT can help with booking and with, putting proposals together and getting creatives money, then yes.
I don't even think you need that quote unquote middleman anymore. You see like a lot of artists, like one example, one of our best friends like La Russell. And you see La Russell, he does it like all himself, and he Googled the resources, found out how to do it versus like a manager. Well, that someone's going to take a cut off you. Because they always say in any creative realm, the artist gets paid last. You know what I'm saying? Like the rapper gets paid last. Being signed, that's an example. You got to pay this person, then that person, then you get what's left over. But you literally make the art. So now artists are trying to, and creators trying to figure out, all right, how do I avoid all that? Let me get on ChatGPT and figure out how to do this myself. So I got to get nobody 20% or 10%. And that's why they step in my opinion. That's why I think they step in, because they know we can make money off Jasmine and Jéan P. Let me give them a little expertise that they can just look it up and Google it. So it's definitely important on the business side about that. What was another question I could ask you? So we're bouncing around a little bit, talking about art. Who's like one of your favorite artists now, visual artists that you're looking out for or checking out?
Good question. So recently I've been working with, she's actually my mentor. Her name is Erin Mulligan. I think it's E.T. Mulligan on Instagram. But she's been like mentoring me, and unbiased opinion, her artwork is fire.
That's what's up.
Yeah, like I don't know if any, cause I think she comes around here. But our styles are very similar, but like super different. You know what I mean? Like, and as a visual artist, I'm gonna be honest, I don't have many visual artist friends. I told you I hang out with a lot of like musicians. But she's kind of like I like her work, and I think too, man, it's hard to find like people with that same passion as you. That's a big thing for me. You know what I'm saying? I've sat in rooms with people who are like maybe doing it half-time, and it's no disrespect, but like I go hard for this. You know what I'm saying? I've committed my life to it. So like that kindred spirit is, you know. You
got to find the people that kind of match that passion.
Yeah.
Because you'll be around people and they ain't really like doing nothing or have the same kind of drive. And, you know, during that process, you know, people come along, people go. You know what I'm saying? So you have that limited circle. So your circle's like small.
A dot.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's like a dot.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to get better at it. And like too, like I said, I love being around musicians because y'all are so outgoing. Y'all are such social people. And I think it comes with what you guys do. But like with visual arts, like I could sit at home for months at a time and not ever leave the house and just lock in and paint and be okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little concerned for myself.
Like I want to be outside, you know what I'm saying?
Like I need to go be social. But yeah, so.
You like being outside? You like making your art outside or you more in the house?
Yeah, I love nature. I love being outside. And honestly, I love genuine human interaction. I think we talked about that like with the ChatGPT. But as an artist, people love to do this spectacle thing. They like to like make us into spectacles. And they like to, you know, and I'm a human. I'm a regular human. You know what I'm saying? I get dressed the same as everybody else each day. You know, I wake up, I have bad days and good days. So I don't like to be treated any different. And so because of what we do, sometimes I think we get like different treatment from different people. So it's hard to find like genuine people.
Plus with all that technology, man, you kind of appreciate that's kind of why I like looking forward to doing this pod. It's because all of us are all just so on the screen. When we get a chance to talk and interact, it's like refreshing. And the fact that it's refreshing like that with all this technology, it's like, all right, it feels good to talk to a person. I don't want to do no Zoom podcast, and I don't want to do I want to be face to face. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always doing this all the time. Creating content, you just appreciate that human interaction. So I get it. Zach, you going to use ChatGPT now?
You know,
you can ask you things because you have a lot of questions up there.
Oh, for sure. But I like looking for the answer. You know, because on the way to find the answer, you could learn other things too. Whereas, you know, ChatGPT just gives you an answer. It's like, well,
I feel like it might show you because this thing.
Or like when it comes to cooking, if I got 10 ingredients in front of me, I can think, what can I do? What can I make out of this instead of just getting an answer? Because I like to experiment with my food.
But I feel like
you win some for sure, and you definitely lose some for sure.
Because it helps you out with the recipes. Like, does it break it down when you use it?
Oh yeah, it'll break it down everything.
And you feel like you in there in the kitchen with a friend the whole time. This iPad up.
I don't want your measurements. I don't want a half cup of this, half cup of that. I want to figure it out.
I respect
Go by
that.
taste.
You could probably make money off betting. You know, it'd be like, hey, are the Cavs should I bet on the Cavs? And if it says no, it might be onto something.
Hey, if you use ChatGPT for gambling, that's kind of a hustle right there.
Man,
you can't watermark you can't watermark no gamble bet though.
I don't know about all that. I like my sports betting, but I'm like, I trust myself.
Amen.
I trust myself. I made good money last year.
I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick before we go on the break, where can they follow you at? Shout your social medias out. How can they interact with Frugal Civilization?
Yeah. So it's at Frugal Civilization on all social media platforms. FRUGAL Civilization. And then too, you could check me out on the website, my website, so www.frugalcivilization.com. And that's pretty much where I release like all of my artwork. I don't put any of my original artwork on social media. So if you want some exclusives, go to the website.
Yeah, shit, you ain't about to AI my stuff.
Nope. I spent a lot of years on social media. I just got back on social media, maybe like a couple months now, but I would like, dude, I was going so hard, like a piece, like a day, and it wasn't turning over for me. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, going the independent route, I'm going to scale this all the way back. And so I started to curate an experience for the people who genuinely supported me. You know what I'm saying? If you go to the website, like, you know, you get free art. I do like free digital art. I do like free print giveaways, but that's also where, like, if you really want to support, you can purchase stuff. So, and I recommend all creatives do that as well. Like, social media is a great tool, but like,
That's what's up.
yeah, cultivate an experience for the people that support you.
Self-made for real.
Yeah.
Self-made for real. Zach, where can they follow you?
You find me on Instagram and Twitter at zworthy68 or Facebook Zach Worthy.
All right. Jeremy, how about you?
You can follow me on Facebook at Jeremy Andrew or on Instagram at _Jinsha_Ninja_1.
All right. Follow me everywhere. Jéan P the MC. JeanPTHEMC. I feel like I don't even got to say that. No. Everything's Jéan P the MC. I'm always, you know, TikTok too. We getting some followers on TikTok and all that. Podcast, SWYM Podcast on Instagram, youtube.com/Jéan P the MC. We will be making another YouTube channel for Say What You Mean. We appreciate all the support. More people have been watching us, and the episodes keep growing and growing and growing. And I'm excited about how we're doing, man, the video work, all of that. So, yeah, everything Jéan P the MC. You going to stick around with us for a minute, Jasmine?
Of course.
All right, man. Jéan P the MC. We'll be right back. Say What You Mean. Peace.
Say what you mean what you say.
Episode 177 of the Say What You Mean podcast. Jéan P the MC. We have Miss Jasmine Barrino in the house. Frugal Civilization.
Yes.
How you feeling?
Great, man. I'm happy to be here.
How you feeling about the podcast? So are you
I love it. It's
comfy?
Everything, yeah, it's everything I thought it was gonna be, man.
Good, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, we trying to leave our mark.
Yeah.
Do our thing.
Yeah, y'all doing a good job.
Thank you. So how's everybody's Sunday? What y'all got planned today? I usually ask that at the end, but I want to ask now. Like, what y'all got planned today? What's y'all Sunday looking like?
Whole lot of nothing for real.
The best Sundays.
It's best Sundays. At least I've been working 6 days, so Sunday's my day off. So I come in here, do my thing, and normally just go home, do some housework and stuff like that. But nothing crazy.
Jasmine?
Pretty easy Sunday.
Yeah, pretty much the same. Just chilling. As you know, the week, I go hard during the week, so.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy, what's in the crock pot today?
Nothing, actually. I'm going over to my girl's
Like cow tongue.
house. Her mom's making grits bowls for dinner. So.
Grits bowls?
Yeah.
You say cow tongue.
Yeah.
People eat it.
Jeremy, you eat that?
No, I've never even seen it.
I'm about to say, this is a discussion you already had.
No.
Like,
I've never had it, but I know people eat it. It's a thing.
Oh,
Cow
yeah.
tongues, pig's feet. People eat,
I've had pig's feet growing up. But
people eat the weird shit.
I'm black, so you know we actually had pig's feet. I got tired of it. My grandma's from the South, man. I'm tired of that. Ooh, I get traumatized looking at pig feet. Coming home from school, you think you about to have some regular dinner. It's like, big pig feet. I'm like, nah, I'll just make some noodles or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, episode 177, Say What You Mean podcast. You know what it is. We got to start off paying some bills. First sponsor being the Hub Art Factory. Shout out to Tim Carmody. Jasmine, what you think of the space?
Oh, I love it. It's beautiful. I've been trying to get down here for a while, so to see it in person, man, it's completely different than, I mean, it looked good on the videos, but to be in here, it's a vibe, man. Shout out to all the artists who put this together.
Shout out to the Hub, man. Shout out
Yeah.
Tim Carmody. Shout out to George Financial Services. Father and son team with 35 years of combined experience. They are dedicated to helping everyday people. They have 30 million assets under advisement and are growing. If you would like to talk with them to learn more, search in Google George Financial Services, Canton, Ohio, and book a complimentary call. Our next sponsor, RTP Sports, the realest betting group in Ohio. If the game is on, we're betting. Welcome to RTP Sports, the #1 sports betting group chat in Ohio, where real players link up and drop heat and run up the bag together. This ain't no guessing game. We do our homework, we strategize, and we take this betting thing serious. If you're trying to bet smart, win big, you're in the right place. You bet, Jasmine? You?
Nah.
Nah?
Nope.
Yeah, don't take no.
I do not like losing.
I gotta waste my money on something. I start getting a little money in my wallet. I'm like,
Oh man, you on a run, huh? That's what it means.
Starts
Yeah.
burning a hole.
See what I mean? Yeah. See, that's how it starts.
It makes stuff that normally wouldn't find interesting. Like I'll be sitting there, you know, looking at my phone, some like non-ranked tennis player from somewhere in Australia, just like, come on, I need some.
And you put a bet on there.
You throw a little $5, $10, make a little 15, 20 bucks, a little excitement, you know.
Shout out RTP Sports, man. Gambling.
Yeah.
Hey, but I have it in check.
Good.
That's what they all say.
That's what they all right. That's
not,
why I say 1-800
I am not in any gambling debt. Guaranteed.
Zach, but if you are, just know we still love you because we didn't say you was in debt.
I would hope so.
Of course, man. This is a family here, man. So, Jasmine, let's start from the top, man.
Yeah.
So, Canton, Ohio, what side you repping? You know, I gotta ask. You know, what's your hood?
It's a good question. So,
All over?
yeah, all over.
Where were you born?
So I got my start over in the Southeast end, right over by the the Edward Pill Coleman Center, Jackson Sherrick over there. So shout out to Jackson Sherrick.
Southeast side.
Yeah. Yep. From there, over really by McKinley. What's that?
Because we grew up over there by Clarendon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if that's considered, you know, Canton got neighborhood names now.
Oh, do they?
It's Harder Heights over there by the fairgrounds.
Okay.
I don't know where it was. I think Clarendon.
Yeah, just Clarendon. So yeah.
Okay. So you grew up over there, huh?
Yeah.
What was it like growing up over there? We always outside.
Yeah, but it was a different time then, you know, like it was cool to go outside. Like we were safe, you know. We knew that like it was peaceful. And not to say that it's not now, but it just seems like the demographic of the city is kind of like moving around.
Mm-hmm.
But it was different. It was, I don't know how to explain. It was like something out of a movie back then.
I would see you either hooping or on the bike.
Yeah. Not much has changed. I still like riding my bike.
So what's up?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So when did art kind of come into your life, like in your younger days? Like, was that always your passion? Because I thought it was sports. That was all I would always see. But when did art kind of come into your life?
Okay, good question. So I did art in high school. I don't know, you remember Miss Miles?
Yes.
Yeah, Miss Miles. Shout out to Miss Miles. So she was really the first person that was like, yo, you got some talent. So I'm like, okay. So, you know, we did little things, but you're right. Like sports was kind of at the forefront. And then too, my mom just always was like, you know, you're going to go to college, you're going to get a good job. So art was really never like the focus. After I graduated college in 2014, I moved down to Jacksonville, and that's really where it started. I was on Instagram one day, and I just seen it like the street art thing was kind of like becoming popular, and I was like, yo, I can do that. I went to the art store, I bought some supplies, and I just been painting ever since, honestly.
Man, so street art.
Yeah.
Explain that.
So, yeah, it's a charged word. I think for me, it just means like art in the unconventional sense. Like, I didn't want to go like the gallery route and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to be invested in the communities. The communities, you know, doing art in the communities, giving the communities identity. That's important to me.
The community, like I love that too, because like when I see you, like you're always outside doing something.
Yeah.
Like how important is the community with your art or just with art in general?
Yeah, it's super important for what I do. I think one of the most important things for me as an artist is to give reverence. So like with the communities that I work with, a lot of them may be like lacking like cultural identity or just identity in general. You know what I'm saying? It's like I mentioned earlier, things in the city have kind of gotten like rearranged in a way, not a good or bad way, but when you do that rearranging, sometimes identities can kind of like, you know, just kind of get misplaced. So being able to come in and kind of like story tell, you know, as a musician, I know you get that, like being able to tell the cultural story of that place, it just allows the morale of the areas that I work in to like be boosted. And one of the biggest things too is like the youth, right? when we were young, nobody really ever told us like, yo, you could be an artist.
Yeah.
You could be a musician.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? It was always, you could be a doctor, or, you know, you could get a college degree and you can get a good job. Nobody really ever like pushed that. So
It wasn't like a passion.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And passion has paid me more than a degree ever did. I'm gonna be honest with
Man.
you. Yeah.
Talk that talk.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but you know, respectfully, but to be able to like be an example for the kids in these communities, and you know, they always find their way to me, and just to be able to do what I love to do and preach that to them, and you know, lead by living and just being who I am. That's important. So
What's been one of your favorite reactions that you had to your art? Like, have you ever had somebody look at your art and be like, man, what's been one of your favorite reactions?
I really get the same reaction. The most like common reaction I get is people come see the art in person, and they're like, "Wow, this looks way better in person," and that's funny to me. But it's usually true. My favorite interaction was at the mural at the Coleman Center. There was a blind lady down there, and she wanted to see it so bad. And she got me thinking, I'm like, yo, with the technology that I just showed you guys, the QR code, with the augmented reality, I can start to implement, like, I can do like a tutorial where I walk, you know, somebody who can't see the art through like maybe what it looks like, or like what I was feeling and like what colors I used. So that was definitely my favorite interaction, because as an artist, it grew me. It allowed me to like realize, yo, some people can't see this. Some people can't interact with this.
But they want to.
So how can we include them? You know what I mean? So
like, you blend traditional art with technology. How do you find the sweet spot between like the past and the future in your work?
I think keeping them separate, as weird as that sounds. So like when I'm doing the traditional art of like painting and creating, I'm 100% there. I don't even consider what the digital experience could look like or would look like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm fully present in creating like the physical, tangible art first. And then after taking a step back and, you know, looking at what was created, saying, okay, how can we enhance this with tech? You know what I mean?
I like that. So what does a Frugal Civilization piece feel like when someone experiences it in person?
I don't think I can answer that. But I would say maybe just it's gonna make you feel something. You know what I mean? I don't know exactly what it would make people feel, but I can guarantee you it's gonna provoke an emotion of some sort in anybody who experiences it.
What's the meaning behind the name, Frugal Civilization?
Frugal Civilization, pretty much, it just is about being mindful at the essence. You know what I mean? Being mindful in regards to like time, resources, connections with other people, being a good steward over what has been entrusted to us.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your art uplifts underserved communities. Why is that so central to your mission?
Once again, I mean, I've traveled. I'm not like, you know, I've traveled all over the world. I've traveled a couple different places, and there's really no place like where we come from.
Yeah.
You know? I think like the other places that I've traveled to, and, you know, it's been big cities, small cities, they just have such a strong identity for themselves. And I think that's something that, you know, we're working on here. You know what I mean? I would love to help continue shaping that identity. But yeah.
If you could collab with any artist, dead or alive, who is Frugal Civilization collaborating with?
Okay, you didn't specify which artist, so I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Nipsey Hussle, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's hard.
So I have a good friend. His name is Jaquan Tyree. He's a musician. You know what I mean? And me and him actually worked together. He did like a 3-song EP, and I created 3 like corresponding artworks. And so when people scan the artworks, the music, like the soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? That he created. So I would like to do something like that with Nip. You know what I mean? Like create artwork, and even just like having like maybe like a gallery set up where when people come in, you know, the songs are playing with the corresponding artworks and stuff like that. So
that kind of answered another question I had. Like, if you could curate a show, would you curate just a Nipsey Center show, or is there like a certain artist that you like personally that you would love to curate a show for? Like, what type of show would you curate if you had the opportunity?
Yeah. So just along the lines of community, it definitely wouldn't be just solely my artwork, but the vision that I have is it's a lot like this, right? So it would be like an art tour where instead of just like canvases on the wall, you've got like sculptures, or like, you know, some of my art pieces I've done like sculptures for, but like an immersive experience where people can sort of like walk through the artwork, you know what I'm saying? So it would be like my stuff, but a bunch of like other artists as well. That's something that I would curate.
You see all this like VR and virtual reality, it makes you wonder like, where are we going to go with art in the future, to where it's not just a traditional going to a studio or going to a show. Like what's next? Because when you showed me the QR code and how it popped up on your phone, I'm like, okay, that's a unique way of showing art.
Yeah.
So you guys got any questions?
With street art, like obviously you said that, you know, the community where you come from, where we're at, you know, is important. But like, is there anywhere in the world or even within here that you would really want to like put a mural at, or put any kind of art into that space?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Either McKinley High School, or like the Hall of Fame, and then 2 in Richmond.
Shout out to Enrichment.
Shout out to Enrichment. Yeah. So yeah, I would say those are my big 3 for the city. Yeah. I respect what they do at Enrichment, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Enrichment.
Shout out to Miss Betty.
Yeah, Miss Betty.
She just had a birthday too.
I know.
Happy belated, Miss Betty.
Happy belated, Miss Betty.
Man, what about you? They got any questions?
Yeah, so like, do you have like an artistic process, or I could call it like when you sit down, you're looking at a canvas, or standing back looking at a canvas because you're doing big murals and stuff.
Yeah.
What's kind of your process? What do you think, and what kind of gets you excited and get you, you know, through it?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm a very conceptual person, so each project pretty much starts out the same. Just like working through thoughts, or like asking questions about like certain spaces, or like if it's just one customer or client, like asking questions about that specific client, and just really trying to get like a good feel for like who they are, you know, what's their vision, how can we, you know, depict that visually. So it all starts out very conceptually. After like the conceptualization process and like just figuring out more about like the space or the person, I'm able to kind of just sketch up or make like designs. You know, I'll make like 2 or 3 designs, and then I'll like show whoever is, you know, interested. And then, you know, they might be like, well, you know, I really like this design, but I like these elements from the other 2 designs. So like we'll go back to the drawing board, and we'll slide those elements into the design, and we pretty much just go back and forth until we kind of land on something that, you know, everybody loves. And then from there, it just kind of, it goes, you know, on a canvas or up on a wall.
So how long did that mural take you at the community center? That take you a good amount of time?
12 days.
12. You did all that in 12 days?
12 days,
That's
yeah.
impressive, actually.
Yeah.
That's a big mural.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Like when I even being here with Tim and seeing how it goes with murals, it's really an investment too. Like artists, they really gotta spend all that on the paint and all of that. Like, is it expensive?
It is. But the more you do it, you get better at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then like you learn like, okay, if I sign up for like, you know, a professional account here, I get so much off. So you gotta be.
They use them discounts.
Yeah, you gotta be frugal.
Gotta be a frugal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So just you know, once again, just being strategic, and even going back to ChatGPT, it's a conversation. Hey, yo, ChatGPT, this is my budget. You know, I need this amount of paint. This is the surface area. Give me a breakdown. You know, and ChatGPT is like, here you go. So
you're like, thanks, Chat.
Yep.
One last question for you before we go on a break. How do you define legacy in your own words, and how does your work help build it?
I would say for me, man, it is just the freedom to be authentic and to do it on my own terms. So that's important to me. Legacy is about creating something from the ground up. Frugal Civilization was created from a seed, and each year, you know, it just continues to sprout and sprout. And I think that's legacy for me is, you know, when people see me, when I was in, people from here, they know me. But like when I was in Jacksonville, everybody just called me Frugal. That had literally become my identity. You know what I'm saying? And I was fine with that. That was my legacy. So everything that I do with this brand, all of the communities that I serve, anywhere that my artwork is, that's my legacy. You know what I mean? So just being authentic and doing it on my own terms.
I like that. So here's what I want to do. I want to take a break, and we do a section called Peace, Positive Point, where you say a quote, I say a quote, Jeremy might say a recipe. Zach, you got a Dr. Seuss?
Oh, I think I'm done.
So he was on a run with you watched the show. He was on a run with these Dr. Seuss quotes, and I think he might have said every Dr. Seuss quote.
Yeah, I probably did 100 episodes of them fucking things, man.
And you ain't got one today?
Dude, I haven't had one for the last couple of weeks.
ChatGPT.
Hey, watch it. I got you, Zach.
They would make something up that ain't real.
And watermarking, you say it, and they be like, nah.
Get flagged.
You can ask it for 105 quotes and then just go for those, you know, choose out of those, the 5 you haven't said.
Man,
He did say a lot.
I said a lot.
I didn't know Dr. Seuss had so many bars.
Bars.
So
I was
Dr.
put it down
Seuss
for a
actually
long
has
time.
art too.
Does he?
People don't know that, yeah. But it was like dark art, so it wasn't anything like featured in the books, but like outside of the books and stuff, like, yeah, there was like art.
What?
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss also has some demons in his closet. So,
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss is also a dark person.
so I'm not, you know, putting him up on no, you know, pedestal or nothing because he got some, but he has some bars.
That's what's up. We'll come back with some bars and some quotes, man. Episode 177, Say What You Mean podcast. Frugal Civilization, Jéan P the MC. Peace. Hey, man, we need to do a separate episode with music and have Jasmine come back. I love the takes because we had a whole dialogue about Kendrick and Drake.
Yeah.
Because, man, listen, I like Drake, but
Yeah.
some ass whoopers you can't go back from.
Yeah.
Bro.
I like music. I told you, majority of my friends are musicians. I love music as, you know, an art form.
Yeah, what's on your playlist? We always ask music questions. I feel like we haven't got there yet. What's on your playlist when
Yeah.
you're creating?
So lately I've been trying to keep it real centered. Green Tea Pang, I don't really know where she's from, but she's got like, I'm gonna have to send you some
Yeah,
more stuff.
yeah.
But yeah, just real vibey, real peace then, you know. But for, I guess, like hip hop, I'm definitely going Nipsey.
For sure.
I like Kendrick's older stuff. I like Kendrick's new stuff too, but when I'm creating, I'm talking like Damn or like, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of stuff. Who else? J-Rock, The Redemption.
Oh,
Come
you're a
on.
West Coaster for real.
I
yeah?
like that West Coast. It's violent. They really like, it's struggle. It's, you know what I'm saying? They hungry, like, you know?
Me find out you crip walked on the way
Nah.
in here. You know? That's what's up. So you like West Coast?
Yeah, I definitely like the West Coast sound. Yeah, I would say other than that, I like Dave East. So that's East Coast. Dave
I
East
do
is nice.
like
Yeah,
Dave East.
Dave East. But I don't really listen to like the new like drill or like when I'm painting, I can't listen to nothing that's gonna have me ready to like
Throw all your art away.
you know what I'm saying, and angry, just ready to fight. You know, I gotta find like, you know, that happy medium of like zen, hungry. You know, so yeah.
What's up? Zach, what you been listening to lately?
I still listen to a whole lot of MF Doom. That's where
love that,
that's
Zach.
where I find my happiness is MF Doom, and then Big X a plug here and there, you know.
Oh, Big X's. I like Big X.
Yeah, come with that deep ass voice, yeah.
I heard that. I played that 2 a.m. song at work, and one of my coworkers was like, "That's a great story." I was like, "You like that story out here?" What
A lot
about you,
of
Jeremy?
podcasts, too.
Wait, who'd you say?
I said I listen to a lot of podcasts too, just in the
Podcasts.
truck all day. Yeah.
Okay. What you listen
I've
to?
just been big in like podcasts recently. I mean, just my usual. I've been big into a lot of drill racing, like Rio, RMC Mike. Feel a little bit of that.
You'll never get rid of that.
No,
You like that?
no. I like to imagine I am Rio, doing years in the feds.
You like to imagine as a prisoner?
That's a weird imagination. I like to imagine that I'm in prison.
Free Jeremy.
I
you know what I'm saying?
gotta put myself in those slides, you know.
You
'cause
can,
it's not
you can
really
get
shoes.
yourself there. You want to go do
No,
some
no,
dumb
no,
shit?
no, no,
You
no,
don't
no,
gotta-
no,
you don't gotta
no,
imagine it. You can be it, you know.
No, I'm all right.
I'm cool.
I will vicariously live through him.
That's what's up, man.
I think John P would do the worst in prison at all.
100%.
I'm never gonna go.
He's getting his cornbread taken every time.
You see them ankles? Them ankles ain't
Yeah,
gonna hold
over.
up.
Bro, look at the
Hey,
dome.
don't do that. my flaw would be because they say in prison. Well, this is what they say. You don't be too nice. Don't take those treats or nothing. Somebody offers me, hey man, you want that Snickers? My dumb man. Oh yeah, sure, yeah. Got him.
Now you're in debt. Now you're in
Now-
debt because
now
they
I'm in
took one of their
debt.
Snickers. Yup. Game over.
Well, this is episode 177 of the Civil Community Podcast. No, just like, we back, man. We've been chilling all day, man. I'm just glad we having a good time. Good Sunday, man. Jasmine, thank you for being on the show once again.
Yeah.
Frugal Civilization. This has been such a fun episode. I love the episodes we can just chill, be comfortable. I've known Jasmine all my life, man. Same neighborhood growing up, man. So it's good to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Love what you're doing with this organization, with your art, man. I love to see people from Canton do creative outlets.
Yeah, thank
Because for so long we've been told our outlet is just sports.
Yep.
But for us to do different things like podcasts and art and all these great things, man, it leaves me excited, man. So
Yeah. Same.
y'all know how it is, man. Peace, positive point. We love to end it with quotes. I want to start off with Zach because he doesn't have a
It's not Dr. Seuss.
quote. You know you got a fan base because of your quotes. You're letting your fan base down, man.
They'll find something else to like about
Yeah,
me.
they'll find.
Maybe.
You like MF
Not
Doom?
much.
I do like MF Doom. You know.
So any MF Doom watchers out there, you know.
Any Browns fans out there?
Hey, that's the right group of people.
Cause you're a Browns fan, right?
Yeah.
Happy about Shador?
I mean, yeah. I think it's cool. You know.
You don't sound too happy.
I was not.
I didn't hear the faith.
He said, yeah, I mean,
Fifth round, you know.
It's one of those things where you just have to see how it plays out. Listen, as a Browns fan,
Derek did say that.
You can't get too high on anything.
Yeah.
You can't. You got to.
Shador might mess
Especially
around.
quarterbacks.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said you can't get too high, especially when it comes to quarterbacks in the Browns.
Jeremy,
Yeah, he did.
Jeremy, don't fucking start with me. Don't get me going. We're trying to do something.
We gotta
here.
save that for
Don't-
football season,
don't
man.
get me
When we
going.
start. What's your positive point, man? What you got for us today?
Now I'm mad.
just like a Browns fan.
Man, now I got the guest turned on. I'm going home.
Oh, he going hard on you, man. What's your quote?
Hey.
Learn the rules like a pro so you can break them like an artist.
Ooh.
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 And that to me just kind of means there are no rules to art. Art is what you make of it.
Me find out you got a rap book, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I'm always gonna come. I'm always gonna show up with something.
Bars. Don't say that one more time.
Don't you worry about me. I'm always have something. Learn the rules like a pro so you can break them like an artist.
I like that.
So master your craft, but there are still no rules.
I like that, Zach.
That's powerful.
Powerful.
I'm gonna show up with something.
Yeah, no Dr. Seuss quote, but I'm coming with something. Like Denzel, I'm leaving some.
Yeah.
I already know.
Yeah, Jeremy, what you got for us?
Mine is every day is a fresh canvas. Go ahead and paint a new picture.
What's that mean to you?
It just means it doesn't matter what happened yesterday. You know, you got a clean slate the next day, so you can just create something new. Doesn't matter whether it's in your work, your interests. It's just a new day. You don't got to focus on what happened before.
I like that.
Unless you're in prison.
Well, no, it's
Prison jokes, bro. What's up with all this?
It's still you might have got my cornbread yesterday. You ain't getting it today. You know.
Oh no, he might get it again.
Nah, they're gonna take your damn cornbread.
Yeah, he gonna take it again. So. Jasmine, what you got for us?
Okay. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment.
What's that mean to you?
Be authentic. Don't conform. Show up as yourself every chance you get.
I like that, Jasmine.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
My positive point is from John Dewey. Says art is the most effective mode of communication that exists. We were just talking about how I was like kind of bothered by like people trying to use words and words you can't say. But I feel like art, you can't tell a person how to make their art. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell a person how to paint a picture, how to write a song. You may tell them what they can and can't say, but a real artist is going to do it anyway. And the way we communicate through music, like we all just had a conversation about Drake and Kendrick Lamar and how it like changed the room. You know what I'm saying? It's art. Even with you showing us what you've done, that's your way of communicating with people who may not know about Frugal Civilization. Like, art really is like an effective mode of communication.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Universal.
Yeah, like saying things without saying things, letting the work show, letting the art show.
Yeah.
So that's what that quote means to me. Like, art is the most effective mode of communication that exists. And it's something that we should cherish and appreciate, you know, because you see things kind of trying to be taken away. Don't take away the art. So that's my positive point.
Support the arts.
Yeah, man. Support the arts, man.
Canton's an artistic place.
It is.
You know, I don't think it gets a lot of credit for it, but it really is.
Yeah.
The arts community here is special. Like, just being a part of the hub and with Tim and yourself and all these great artists. Shout out to Ashley Palmer. She's a dope artist. All these great, and it's here. Like, Canton never had that label of being a creative city, just sports.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or whatever's in the repository. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like with all these different artists, man, it makes me excited what's to come because there's kids that's following us. We were the kids that were following something and trying to find our own path, and now they're following what we're doing.
Yeah.
So it's like important for us to leave that art and creativity is a world that I think is going to continue to grow. So
You know, we talked a lot about like how they're trying to diminish it, but I don't think it's one of those things that goes away. Like, we are natural creators. Everybody, you know what I mean? We do it at a high level, but everybody creates every day. Whether it be a recipe, you know what I mean, or a bet. It's all creative. Like, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I like that. Any last shout outs before we get out of here? Zach, you got any shout outs?
I want to shout out the Cleveland Browns. Pittsburgh sucks.
Are you going to shout out to Shador? Because you didn't really have a lot of faith when I asked you about Shador.
I'm happy we got him. I think there's potential there for sure. But like I said, you can't get too high as a Browns fan. Cause listen.
So you're saving the disappointment.
No, it's not what I'm saying. I'm 29 years old, right?
He's expecting
I'm gonna be
defeat.
30 this year. I think I can remember, as far back as I can remember, I've probably been a Browns fan for 25 years. Pain.
So it's been a long.
With just a few sprinkles of excitement. So I know better.
So when they got Johnny Manziel, were you happy?
No, I was
You saw-
pissed. I was so mad. Everybody that paid even a little bit of attention knew he's a fuck up.
Tim Couch?
I was like 6. I didn't know nothing about that.
Yeah, I get your point.
But I just try to stay realistic and try to stay in the moment. So maybe I hope he's great. But if he's not,
There's another love story, another heartbreak.
Another name on the jersey.
Man, I get you. So shout out to the Browns. Jasmine, you got any shout outs?
I just want to say thank you to everybody here, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love what you guys are doing. You guys have my full support. And for everybody listening and watching, man, support these guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And support Frugal Civilization, please. Please
Yeah.
support. Like I said before, I'm just happy that people from our city that I grew up with are doing great things, man, because we have people that aren't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to see the ones that are, it's great, man. So, of course. Jeremy, you got any shout-outs?
Just shout out you guys. Shout out Pittsburgh and Will Howard. I know you didn't beat Michigan, but you're definitely going to take it down the field every game against the Browns. So, shout out you. Yeah, that's about it.
I feel like this is personal.
You felt that too?
Yeah, I felt that too. Me and Jasmine just watching y'all like, all right, what's about to happen? What are you going to say next?
I want to embarrass Jeremy on the podcast.
It's not even football season yet. Just wait.
It doesn't need to be.
The football
It doesn't
season is
need-
24/7,
Football
365.
season's year round, buddy.
And y'all beef is 24/7.
Don't forget it either.
It comes with fries too, and a large Coke.
But
Pepsi if you want.
What did I say not last week, but the week before? He's a Steelers fan and a Yankees fan. I can't trust anybody that's just riding.
Don't forget the Michigan fan too.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
This guy is fucking unbelievable.
It's just a tension right here, man.
I'm an Alabama Crimson Tide fan too. Hey, if they win,
Don't say it like that, man.
if they win, I'll fucking cheer for them. All right.
If they
It's been
beat
a good
Ohio
Sunday.
State, it's all that matters.
I can't wait till sports season starts with y'all. Too.
National champs. Shut up.
You guys didn't do it undefeated though, or as the top 10 winner, or as the winner of your division.
Ooh.
Didn't need to.
No, I ain't gonna know.
No, I'm just saying we did it going 14-0, and top of everybody.
Hey, what's your coach suspended for this year?
You got to.
So when y'all was winning all those games, y'all wasn't cheating?
Still won though, right?
Because you cheated.
I have an idea. You guys do a sports podcast. Just you two.
That would be violent.
I think so too. Yeah. I'm gonna need some security for that.
I'm getting sweaty over here.
Yeah, I see. Foot pacing, all that. But no, I want to shout out to the listeners and the watchers and the viewers and the supporters of this podcast. Shout out to Jasmine. Thank you so much for being on this show, man. I am
Thank you for having me.
glad that you are here. Shout out to Micless Zack. Shout out to Jeremy, Chase, Dakota being on the show. I'm really grateful for y'all, man. All the people that are continuing to watch us and support us. YouTube.com/Jéan P the MC, SWYM podcast on Instagram. I'm just grateful that our podcast is growing. My hosts are growing. Chase and Dakota, they're doing their thing, man. They're growing too. I'm just really happy with the way things are turning out. More people are watching us, man. So we good? We done here?
Yeah.
All right. Jéan P the MC, episode 177, Frugal Civilization. Say what you mean. Peace.
Say what you mean what you say. I'm from the 330.